back, everybody. This is Chad with round 2 for the September 2022 product spotlight. And there is a lot of really neat stuff this month that you guys have been waiting on all year. So tons of cool stuff to show you guys. In slot cars, we've got 2 releases for slot cars, and we have our all new 4-lane track that we're going to break down and show you guys. Huge track, a lot of new tooling for it. Jumping into 164th, we also are going to have Johnny Lightning. We've got a Street Freaks release to show you guys. We got some 2-packs to show you guys. In 118 Auto World, there's 10 118 scale vehicles to break down. We've got some mini metals, model railroading vehicles that we're going to show off. And then in model kits, big news in model kits, the first release of our all new Star Wars kit, the Mandalorian Razor Crest, which you guys have been waiting on all year. There's another Star Wars kit we're going to show, and there's some automotive kits that I know you guys are really excited about. So we're going to jump right in, and we're going to start with the slot cars. So starting off for slot cars, we're going to show you guys the new releases we have. The first new release is actually the return of our Super 3 slot cars. So this slot car chassis is a little different. It has an inline motor design, and we've actually gone and tooled new 23-tooth crown gear and a 7-tooth pinion gear for these to make them run better than they did in the past. Pretty cool release for this one. There's 4 cars for each, 2 color variations. The first being the 2005 Ford Mustang GT here in red with a black hood and black striping along the side of it. The second version is black with red striping. And next in the Super 3s, we have the other Mustang, the 1970 Ford Mustang Boss 302. First one in a Gulf livery, in that light blue and orange, number 70 on that car. And the second one is in burgundy, has black striping on that, black hood. Of course, those louvers on the back, which look great, white leather tires. Next up, this is our stock car, the 2015 Chevy SS stock car. So first one here is in this Auto World Super 3 paint job with the gold and black. And the second is the blue and light blue, number 1 for that stock car. And then lastly, we've got the return of our 2014 IndyCar chassis for the Super 3. And these are both done as a tribute to the Johnny Lightning Special IndyCar from the 1970s on an updated 2014 IndyCar body. Really cool. First version here is the number 2. And the second is the number 1. So in the 70s, both those Johnny Lightning Specials did win the Indy 500. This is a tribute to both of those cars there. Next up for slot cars, we also have a release of Thunderjet for you guys. This is our muscle car dealerships release. So there's 4 cars in this, 2 color variations of each. And the theme here is all different muscle car dealerships. So starting with the 1971 Chevy Vega. This is the Baldwin Motion car. Has a big hood scoop on the top of it, blue Baldwin Motion striping down the side of it. Great detail, a lot of painted details on this one. Second variation is in red and white. Again with the Baldwin Motion striping and the big hood scoop. Next is Yenko, the 1968 Chevy Camaro. First version here has red line tires. A lot of great detailing on that. You can see all the detailing around the trim and little black striping on the side there. Second variation is in blue, has white striping on it, red line tires on that one as well. And third in the release, we have our Nicky dealership cars, the 1966 Chevy Nova. First one here is in gray. Has the flags on the side, Mr. Gasket, little sponsors going along the side of it. And the second is red with that Nicky logo, the Nicky Chevrolet logo over on the side there. And then lastly for this Thunderjet release, the Mr. Norm cars, 1970 Dodge Challenger TA, first one in yellow with black striping. And the second variation is in black with that white top, white vinyl top on it, white letter tires. So that's everything for the releases, but then we also have the giant track for you guys that we were talking about, our 4-lane. So this is super cool. There's a lot of new tooling that went into this, a lot of R&D that went into this. So this is the first time we've done a 4-lane track, so it does come with 4 cars here. The 71 Dodge Charger, a 71 Plymouth Roadrunner, a 73 Chevy Chevelle, and a 76 Ford Torino, and they're all done up in stock car style here. Along with all the parts that we tooled, some inside and outside curves to make this a 4-lane. We've also done wireless controllers on this. So it has Bluetooth controllers, no tripping over the wires. We have our new adjustable voltage power pack on this, so you can turn the voltage up and down to change the speeds of the car. If you're just learning, or you want to speed it up, or you want to fine tune how your cars drive on the track, you can do that. Has automatic lap counters, a ton of stuff in this. This is a very heavy set, and it is 36 feet long, 36 feet of 4-lane racing. And there's a look on the back. You can see the layout of this track and just how big and expansive it is here. And look at those controllers, and again the adjustable voltage pack. We are really excited about this. It's been in the works for quite a while, and a lot of you guys have been talking about it. We cannot wait to start getting these out to you guys. So that is everything that we have for slot cars. Next, we're going to jump in and show you guys the 164th releases. So for Johnny Lightning 164th, as I mentioned, we've got 2 releases to show you guys. We're going to start with Street Freaks. This Street Freaks release, we have the version A to show now. The version B will come a little bit later. So 6 cars to show in this. And we'll show you this one version A color variation. First being the 1985 Chevy Silverado C10 Fleet Side Zinger. So this one is actually the first time we've done the 85 with that front grille as a Zinger. We also have the light bar added to this one. Great looking yellow flame paint job on it. Golden yellow with this kind of root beer metallic color on the bottom. Really cool looking release for that. We do have a second Zinger as well, the 1972 Ford Maverick here. Wild Horse painted in red. Again, black. There's black striping along with this. Red line tires, the big chrome Zinger engine. Really fun release for that. 57 Chevy Bel Air coming back with the customized series. Look at this great looking bright green color on it. It has the black striping down the side there, black and white striped roof on it. You've got the white, of course, along the side of it. It just is a great looking car. Almost looks like it sits a little low there. Super fun tri-high 5 card on that Street Freaks release. Next up, this is a really cool one, the 64 Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe Barn Find. So what's really awesome about this release, this is actually based on a real, one of the real prototypes for the Daytona Coupe. This lady had it. She kept it in storage for years and years. They thought the car was lost. It had these hand-painted letters on the side of it. It was all rusty and dusty. And if you look at the... you can look up the story of it. It's a really fascinating story, but this barn find is based on a real barn find Shelby Cobra Daytona Coupe, which is super cool. Next up in the release, of course, I love this one. This is the first release for our 24 Hours of Lemons Endurance Racing series. So what we've done is teamed up with the guys at 24 Hours of Lemons. Those who are not familiar with it, it is endurance racing for $500 beater cars. You pick up a car, you paint it the crazy paint job, you take it out, you see how many laps you can turn with it. This first release is the 1998 Honda Civic. This is actually my personal car that my friends and I built to race in 24 Hours of Lemons, and we actually did a video on the real car on this YouTube channel that you guys can check out. So it's got this crazy leopard print paint job on it, or cheetah print paint job on it. It's this metallic purple color. It was all done with spray paint in a driveway, and the theme of the car is Trailer Queen. So we had a lot of fun with this one. We will have more 24 Hours of Lemons cars. We've been working with some of the other teams and the guys who are running in the series to replicate their cars and their crazy themes, and it's a perfect fit for Street Freaks. So we are super excited to show you guys the other releases coming up for 24 Hours of Lemons. And then lastly, in the Street Freaks release, the 1976 Plymouth Volare Roadrunner, project in progress. This one is really fun, light blue. It's got primered hood, primered fender on it, kind of a off-white interior, even primer on the side of the little side vents there. And it's mismatched. Again, a really fun project in progress car. and a great fit for our Street Freaks series. Next up, we do have 2-packs for you guys. So this release of 2-packs, there's 3 different series in the 2-packs, and there's 2 color variations for each. So the first 2-pack is this Import Heat Japanese Classics. So this is something a little different we're doing with our Import Heats, where we do the cars in kind of OEM paint colors, and we make them look almost stock, look like a classic, you know. So the first version here is the 1990 Nissan 240SX in Champagne. It's got the stock looking wheels on it. It's got matching interior on it, OEM color for that car. The second car in this release, the 1985 Nissan 300ZX, this one is in black with gold metallic on the bottom, has gold interior with it, but this is the first release where we have done the hood with the turbo scoop. So this is the turbo version. Actually has the turbo striping along the side there with the turbo lettering in it, which is really neat. And then for the second color variation, we went with this silver green on the Nissan 240SX. Really popular color, or a sought after color for these cars. And the second variation for the Nissan 300ZX Turbo, that color is a dark blue, blue-black almost color. It has blue in the striping, it's got blue interior, and then running along the bottom is silver. So a fun release for that. And you guys are going to love getting that new Nissan 300ZX in that turbo version. Next up, Legends of the Quarter Mile 2-pack. So we've got 2 Legends for this one. The Dino Don 1970 Ford Maverick. First version here is in red, has orange striping along the side and the white striping along the top. Big hood scoop on this one. And then the second car in the release is Bill Grumpy Jenkins Grumpy's Toy 1966 Chevy Nova. Here it is in white. Red interior on that, and all the painted details for his Grumpy's Toy Nova. And then the second variation are 2 more color variations for these guys. So you can see the Dino Don Nicholson up at the top there in orange with red striping, and all of his race graphics along the side of it. And then for the Grumpy's Toy Nova in red with white on the top, red striping on the roof there, and all those race graphics on the side of that as well. And then lastly, for the 2-pack releases, we're bringing back the 50s and Fins series. First 2-pack here, the car is the 1959 DeSoto Fireflight. Here it is in green. Has a greenish blue interior, white top. Again, lots of great painted details, white line tires on it. And then the other 50s and Fins car at the bottom is our 56 Chevy Bel Air convertible in pale yellow and black two-tone. Same with the interior. Black and yellow and beigeish yellow two-tone. And for the second color variations, the 59 Firefly in a coral color actually has a gold roof and some gold detailing along it, and thick white wall tires on that one. And then for the Bel Air, it's in red with an off-white two-tone, and same with the interior, off-white and red two-tone. So that's everything we've got for the 164th. Next, we're going to show you guys 118. Jumping into the 118th scale, we've got a lot to show you guys. As I mentioned, 10 vehicles to show you for Auto World 118th. So the first we're going to do is our 4-wheel enclosed trailer. This is part of our patriotic series of enclosed trailers, which have been doing really well, have been really popular. So we've got kind of a coast-to-coast theme with this one, going from a rural barn to a city, and of course the stars and stripes along the side of it, has an eagle on the front. And we've done a few in this series, and they've all been really cool. They all have these opening rear ramp. Fits most 118 scale cars up to 10 inches long on here. Chrome wheels and rubber tires. Die-cast trailer frame on here. And another fun release for that one. So jumping into the cars, first off, 1968 Royal Bobcat GTO. Here it is in Meridian Turquoise. So this is actually a Hemmings Muscle Machine release. It was the cover car for March 2020. What's really neat about this one, it has a ton of cool details, all those white detailing on it as that Royal Bobcat GTO. We actually did a 164th version of this for our Johnny Lightning Collector Club a couple years ago as the Collector Club car. It looks so great. Has the red line tires, the red detailing on it, white interior, Opening doors and hood on this one with the detailed engine, steerable front wheels, the chassis details, and of course heavyweight die-cast metal. Let's look at the chassis on that one. And there's a look at the back where you can see that Hemmings Muscle Machines issue that had this car on the cover. And next up, we've got the 1971 Ford Torino Cobra here in Grabber Lime. Has the laser striping on the side of it, black detailing on the hood, black louvers, Cooper Cobra white letter tires, chrome wheels, black interior on this. Super cool looking 1/18 scale for this. This is part of the class of 1971 series that we were doing. This has opening doors, hood, and an opening trunk on it, of course with the detailed engine, steerable front wheels, and detailed chassis. You can see underneath there. And there's a look at the back of this one as well. Next up, something a little different, our 1959 Cadillac Eldorado Ambulance. This one is super cool. It has newly tooled emergency flasher lights, which are on the top of it. Red and white two-tone with matching historical ambulance look for this. There's, of course, opening doors, hood. The tailgate opens for the back, so there's a lot of details on the interior. Big white wall tires on it. And you can get a look at the chassis underneath for that one as well. Of course, these cool details along the window there too. And a look at the back. Then next up, jumping into some of the 40s and 50s cars, the 47 Cadillac Series 62 soft top in metallic green. Has a tan vinyl top on it, tan interior. A lot of really great detailing on the interior of this one as well. Opening doors, hood, and an opening trunk on this one too. Super cool looking with those big white wall tires and that metallic green paint. And there's a look at the chassis for that. And there's some of the information there on the back. Next up, one of two of these 1957 Chevy Bel Air convertibles. First one is an Inca Silver. What's cool about these are actually the done up as a fuelie car with the fuel-injected engine. Has red and silver two-tone interior. Again, look at all that cool detail in that interior on the dash. White wall tires, chrome wheels. Opening doors and hood, and there's a look at the chassis underneath for that 57 there. And the details on the back. And then secondly, our other 57 Chevy Bel Air, this one in Laurel Green, again another fuelie car, and with the interior is a two-tone white and gray. And you can get a look there at the back of that version as well. Next up, we've got for you guys two variations for this Munsters Dragula. So I'll show you this one first. This is the regular Munsters Dragula, 1/18 scale. A lot of cool detailing on this. Got, of course, that gold coffin, big blown engine. George Barris built car. Very, very famous car. This has been a fun one to do, and we've got some of the Munsters photos on it. But we did do another variation of this, which is super cool, where we actually sent off 300 of these to be signed by Butch Patrick. So look around for a couple of different hobby dealers who have bought these. Butch Patrick actually went and signed 300 of the windshields right here on the top for us. And it's just super cool. There's a certificate of authenticity that comes with it. You can actually, it'll be here on the bottom when you get your car. And there's a look of the back of the packaging on those. Packaging looks the same on both. And then lastly, we do have one more 50s era car for you guys, the 1956 Ford Fairlane Sunliner. This is in Sunset Coral and Raven Black, two-tone. Great looking 50s color combination on this. It's got a black and white two-tone interior with it. Another great looking 50s car. This one has steerable front wheels, opening doors and hood, of course, and that detailed chassis underneath. Detailed engine as well once you get yours and open it up. And this is a Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals car, so you guys who have been following our Muscle Car and Corvette National series know that these cars are all replicated from real cars and real owners. This one owned by Ken Nagel. So we did meet him at the show, got photos of his car, and replicated it here. So that's everything for 118. Next we've got really, really cool model kits to show you guys. So for model kits, big news for you guys, as I mentioned, it's finally here, the 1/72nd scale Star Wars Mandalorian Razor Crest. So this is our production sample. Again, you can expect these about a month and a half or so to hit shelves. This is our first all-new Star Wars model kit, brand new tooling, 100%. There's a lot of really neat features with this kit. It was built using the CAD files provided to us from Lucasfilm. The box art is incredible on it. It was actually hand-painted. We did a big hand painting that was done by Jamie Hood, our product manager, to give it that look of our vintage-style Star Wars kits that we have been putting out and bringing back out. We are so excited for this one. There's a lot of, I'll show you some of the really neat features with this kit. You can see here, it's set up, it's suitable for custom lighting, so if you want to light your own, it's easy to do with this kit. Measures about 13 inches long, optional cargo ramps, optional landing gear. You can have it in flight mode, you can have it as a landing mode. There's clear parts for the cockpit here, a ton of like greebly details and really neat stuff on this. It does come with figures for the Mandalorian and Grogu in the cockpit here to paint up, and in 1/72nd scale, that little Grogu is so tiny. It's really cool when you get it and look at it. You can see some of the photos here from the show. All the different times he used the Razor Crest in the show. And on the side here, you can see it displayed in both modes. And then for the decals, we actually included two options. So if you want to build it as like new Razor Crest, you can do that. Or we have it with the weathered options on the side, how it did appear in the show. And we are just, again, incredibly excited to bring this out. Our first all-new Star Wars kit. It's really, really going to be awesome. So I know you guys have been waiting on it. We cannot wait to see how you guys build these out and how great they look. So next up, speaking of Star Wars and sticking with Star Wars, we do also have the new release, this new release for our authentic Imperial TIE Fighter. So again, great looking packaging for this Star Wars kit, this AMT kit here. We did update the wing tooling on this to make it more accurate for proportional accuracy. Again, updated here. This has a lot of good authentic details in it. There's a TIE Fighter pilot figure that's included with this kit. You can see on the back here a diagram for how to paint it. Tells you kind of different ways to achieve a weathering look. Suggested paints here on the paint guide. And there's another look at some of the information on the side, some of those dimensions. And what's really awesome, so we have this one here now. We are working on, for our second Star Wars new tooling, we will be doing an Imperial TIE Fighter in 1/32nd scale. It is big. It is huge. I believe Jamie showed it at a show he was at, or showed a picture of it. We have received a 3D print of it, and it is incredible. So we are super excited to talk about that and announce it, and we will tell you more as it goes on. But if you just continue to support these cool kits, these new tooling, we have a lot of really, really cool ideas for Star Wars kits that we are really excited to bring out. So a lot of great information for that, and a lot of exciting news. Jumping into the car kits, we have 4 car kits for you guys. The first one, the Great Street Machines Streaker Vet from MPC. I know a lot of you are super excited to see this kit come back. There's probably been at least 3 or 4 people who have called in and said that this was the first kit that they built and that they couldn't believe it was coming back out, or they were so excited that it was coming back out. So this has pad printed tires in this kit. We've expanded the decal sheet with a lot of different colorful options with it. Again, got that vintage style packaging that you guys remember from when you built the kit back in the day. There's There's a look here at the side. You can see some of the options that come with it. That 67 Corvette body, 327 Chevy V8. You got a couple different carb options, dual quads or blown and injected. Of course, the big rear tires, slot mag wheels, turning front wheels on this kit, custom exhaust, custom headers, and there's a look at the parts tree on the back of this kit. And there's a look just for nostalgia purposes of how the side of the kit looked back in the day with all these cool Street Machine releases. So next up, we also have another really cool kit. Bill Shrewberry's Wild Wheel Standing Exhibition Drag Car, the LA Dart. So this is a super fun, crazy kit. We've remastered the decals on this. It comes with lettered drag slicks, vintage style packaging, the original tooling used. Being a wheel stander car, it does have the crazy 426 Hemi engine mounted in the back of that Dart there. Of course, comes with a roll cage. And you can actually display it doing a wheelie here. Fire, smoke, and two wheels in the air at 100 miles an hour. So this is a super fun kit. I love darts. My dad has one. It's a super cool kit to build up. And we actually have included, well, here's the full decal sheet here of all the LA Dart striping that you guys can put on it to build this kit up. And there's that parts tree on the back. And then third for the automotive release, we have the George Barris a la carte coming back out. Classic show rod pickup by George Barris. So this is a super fun kit. 1/25th scale, of course. You can see on the side here some of the features that come with the kit. White wall tires, of course that cool custom front grille, exhaust, big engine. And this is just a super fun, wacky George Barris kits. You guys are really like these kits. And this is such a cool looking car. So there's also a look at the parts tree on the back of this one as well. And then lastly for model kits here, we've got the US Mail 1977 Ford Pinto. So we do have our licensing with US Mail, USPS. So this is the AMT kit here. Some pretty cool features on this kit. You can see on the side here, we've done these US Mail decals here with all these different United States Postal Service. So great little car for delivering the mail in, fuel efficient, 4-cylinder engine. Comes with the kit. And there's a look at the side here. You can see the opening hood, or mentioned opening hood here on the side, realistic tires, complete chassis detailing, etc., etc. And then there is look at the parts tree for that. So that is everything for model kits. Next, we're going to finish up and show you guys the mini metal model railroading vehicles. So lastly, we've got new releases for mini metals, model railroading accessories to show you guys, some HO and some N-scale stuff. A lot of cool releases here. Starting off with the GMC Transit bus. First version here, it is an HO or 187 scale. This is the Miami bus. Tan color. Striping along the side of it. Actually has a state fair banner along the side too. So that's that first variation. The second is a New Jersey bus in light blue here. And we also did these, here they are in N scale. So there's your Miami tan transit bus, 2 packs, as we always do our N scale. And there's that New Jersey light blue version. Great buses for your layout. Next up, we have our 67 Ford Galaxy. Here's the HO scale in Clearwater Aqua for that first color variation, white top on it. Again, great details on these, especially for the size. Second color we did was Burnt Amber, an off-white top on this one. And also N-scale variations for this. There's those tiny little Clearwater Aqua cars. Again, for how tiny these are, that detail is super good on those. And there is your Burnt Amber variation for N-scale. Next up, we got our 53 Ford Courier Sedan Delivery. First version is this vintage ambulance. Looks really cool. Of course, has the Red Cross look on the top there. Ambulance on the side. and the red wheels. And the second variation is the hearse. Again, has that detailing on the side there. Up here on the back hatch, black wheels with the chrome caps, and great detailing for that. And here is the tiny little N-scale ambulance version in the 2-pack, and the N-scale hearse. Next up, we got our International Metro Van, Railroad Express Agency. So there's 3 color variations for this, just HO scale for this one. First being green and red with the Railroad Express Agency on the side there. Second variation, the Local Express, has the little windows on it, Playground of the World on the top, navy blue and off-white for that version. And third is an ice cream van. So there you got the ice cream bars there, light blue, kind of a pale yellow or tan on the top there with the burgundy striping going along the side. So super fun vintage Metro van. And then lastly, the 1955 Chevy dump truck. First version here is Public Works. There's the HO scale. Black dump on the back, dump bed on the back, and that white version. And the second is the county road truck, so it's in the orange color and with an orange dump bed on the back of that. So that's everything we've got for mini metals, model kits. Again, tons of new tooling, slot car stuff, die-cast 118, die-cast 164th. As I always mention to you guys, thank you so much for watching these videos. If you'd like more information, check out our Facebook pages for Round 2 models, Auto World Diecast, Classic Metalworks, Johnny Lightning. We've got Instagram pages for those too. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. You can check out the video on the Lemons car on this channel if you'd like to do that. And go to round2corp.com, check out our new tooling pages, our news pages. We're trying to get a lot of this information out to you guys, and keep rolling with it. We'll see you next month.